And a great Sunday morning, mid-afternoon, brunch time, whatever you want to call it. NGRU Storm back here on Sunday, May 25th for more OG 7 Days to Die. Yes, folks, this was the last version 1.18, that you could download from the PlayStation Store for the PS4 before Telltale Publishing went belly up. We had the fiasco there, and finally, Fun Pimps reacquired the rights to the console and forgot all about us PS4 players and said, well, we're just going to give it to the PS5. Yep, they told us to go pound sand. Well, guess what, guys? I still have the game loaded on my system, so by golly gee, I'm going to play it. I'm going to stream it. I'm going to have fun. I hope everybody is having a great Memorial Day weekend. I know I am. I went yesterday morning to the local grocery store, got myself a good breakfast, got the fixins to make some good Thai lob, and ended up cooking up the whole batch, actually two batches of lob in one pot. And instead of doing rice with it, I went the route of hearts of romaine, just to kind of put the meat mixture on top of the hearts of romaine and just eat it like you would eat peanut butter on a celery stick. Oh my gosh, was it so good? It was very good. All right, let's go on ahead and jump in and get started. Yes, today is construction day. Guys, remember, here we go. Start the game, and I am using the random gen map just for those of you who've never seen my streams before. This is random gen. It's not the Naves game map. So guys, remember, please subscribe. Help me grow the channel. To those of you who have already subscribed to my channel, thank you so very much. Please remember to share the videos with like-minded folks. You never know, they may enjoy it, and if I'm lucky, I'll earn one of their subscriptions as well. But if you see something new, if I make you laugh, if I make you giggle, at least put a smile on your face. Hey, do me a favor. Drop me a subscription. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I go live, because that's all I do. I only do live videos. The reason being is I want you to see what the game is like. Good, bad, ugly. I don't want to do any editing. Of course, on the PS4, it's a pain in the butt to do any editing. But I want you to see the game for what it truly is. So I do live streams. Hit the notification bell. You'll get the little ding when I, put up a nice live video or a live stream. And then if you're not able to watch it at that single point in time, you can always come back at a later point and view it yourself. So, hey, notification bell helps out. And of course, the like button. You know how murderous the freaking YouTube algorithm can be. So that like button is going to help me get around that algorithm and get my videos, my streams out to more people out there. So thank you all so very much for the likes, for the subscriptions, and for hitting that notification bell. So yeah, today is going to be construction day. We've just come through last video. Let me get up off the sleeping bag here and just kind of stretch the old legs. You know how this goes. You know the drill. Yeah, got to stretch the legs. It's day 163, so we are 2 days after the... What have I got going here? Let me check. Luca. Oh, all the good stuff is done. Well, no, we still got another 2 minutes. Okay. We've been through the 7th day down there, and we ended up spending pretty much the entire day cleaning up and repairing any kind of damages that was done. And one of the things that I was trying to do was get together my my drawbridge. Do I have that on me? No, I don't. All right, so I need to go over here, open this up, and where is... There it is. There's my drawbridge. That's what I need right there. We're going to go ahead and carry that with us. Why do I have wood and that on me? I don't know right now, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this back in here into the construction box. Okay, some wood goes in here. This goes in here. Let's put this over here. I've got I need to restock on drinks and stuff, but before I do, let's get rid of the empty glass jars, and we'll do a restock on all of our red tea. Definitely need to do that. I like to try to carry at least, well, look at that. I overstocked. All right, let me give this a shuffle. Very good. All right, and now I need to restock on cornbread. There we go. That's done. Superb. All right, so we're good to go right now. We're good to go. All righty. So, of course, everybody knows, I mean, I've just got the little shop up here on top of a POI. This used to be a working man stiff store, and I claimed it as home. Whoop. So, basically, what I did was I got down here and I removed all of the shelving to give myself some room, and have done some repairs on the walls, done some cobblestone, which was what I initially was repairing with. And those cobblestone repairs are still there. Once those get chewed through, needless to say, I'll be turning all of that into concrete as well. In fact, you know what we could do? Look, there's one that needs repair. So this is what I do. I just come up to it and I'll smack it out. That's funny. It sounds like wood. All right. Let's get over here. No, not that. We want one of these. We're going to drop that right there. And then, boom, that's done. So eventually, a lot of this is most likely going to end up being concrete and rebar as we go through. I mean, I've got the cobblestone is going to give you 1500 durability as opposed to your concrete and rebar. There's another one that I could probably replace. Let's do that. It's going to give you a total of a 6,000 total durability. All right, so let's get another concrete and rebar frame right there. Swap back over to the hammer and tap that in. A good time to, actually just take a look around inside here and see if there's anything that I need to work on. There's a little repair right there. I mean, just gives me the time to actually look at some of the stuff. See, there's one up there really high that could use some repair. I mean, it's not that bad, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I built up on top of the place so that I could have a decent sized home that was well protected. Turn the light off here. This is the chemistry station. We kind of pilfered this from the back of a Poppin' Pills. If you have a wrench, you can disassemble it and bring it back and set it up. The workbench over here, the same thing. This was pilfered from a passing gas with a wrench. Just take it apart, bring it home, set it up. And then, of course, we have our cooking station here with everything that we need on it up here at the top. We've got the iron pot, the cooking grill, and the beaker. And then our forge right here, which is happily cooking away. We have our anvil, our calipers, and our tool and die set. And those are things that you need to take full advantage of everything that you have there. So let's take these items, and while we're, it's here in the evening, we can go on ahead and get these things put away. All right, so the forged iron's going to go in, the forged steel's going to go in. I could definitely use a shuffle or a sort just to get everything sorted out so I know where everything is at. We've got some additional stone here. I think I'm going to take that. We're going to drop it in here because I know that we've just made 1,000 concrete and probably are going to need to put some, okay, we need to put some iron in there. We definitely need to put some stone, and I've got to go get some clay. So these are things that are on the to-do list for this week. All right, let's get out here. And we're going to grab sand and stone right quick. Come on. There we go. We're going to come over here to the cement mixer, and we're going to make some concrete mix, and we're going to make 1,000 units of said item. There we go, done and done and craft. Alright, so it's doing its little thing and mixing stuff up. Alright, let me look up here. No, they aren't ready to harvest yet. I planted some more blueberries after I fertilized this entire plot, so I'm interested to see if I'm going to get a better yield. So right now, what we're in the process of doing, we had just finished up the 7th day, and as you can see down there, I have, actually, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So as you can see down there, oh, damn, I got bodies in there. I need to get that taken care of. As you can see, I've got a trap set up down there, or some traps set up down there. In fact, I can see 2 of them now that I need to repair. We've got some bodies in there that we should be able to squat down and harvest and all of that. But I was having a problem during the 7th day runs where these frickin' zombies would always come up and beat on my back door. And the garage door is a very expensive, it's material intensive to repair that thing every time. I mean, I was going through forged iron like crazy. So I finally said, okay, enough of this. I'm going to make damn sure that we can stop these zombies in their tracks. So I'm using a tried and true method, which is a pit with spikes in it. This is going to put a stop to the zombie problem. But once I made the drawbridge, which is required, I realized that the drawbridge is only, it's like 4 wide with a two block center. So what I've got to do is get down here and get this all taken care of, get some other concrete items put in. In fact, speaking of which, I need to go grab those things right now, which is these right here. Alright, yeah, I'm going to have to spend some time collecting some resources. I'm going to have to go out and do farm some white rock, and I'm going to have to farm some clay, which is really, really important. In fact, if we take a look at the map, I believe what I can do is just kind of go north of here. It shouldn't be too bad. Just head to the north. And in heading to the north, let me zoom out a little bit and zoom back in. Alright, so right here, I've got a little camp that I can stay at, which is not too bad for, the 7th day, or, as long as it's not a 7th day. Let me see. So that's like the northwest of town, and it will be the first cutoff to the left. Okay, so that's the place that we're going to go. But right now, what I'd like to do is try to get downstairs and see what I can do to get this whole situation taken care of. Now, I am missing something. No, I'm not. I've got it. All right, so now you're thinking, oh, well, you're not going to be able to get down in there and get those guys. Yeah, you can. If you just kind of squat there on the edge, you're good to go. So let's do this. Not that. Let's do this. All right, we're going to bring the pickaxe up. We're going to bring the machete down, and we can search the remains. That's a sham sandwich, but we can get rid of that. And then we can come over here and search this one. Nothing. Alright, and I'm really not interested in running back upstairs and dropping all of this stuff off, because I have a ton of animal fat and large bones. So we're just going to, let's put that back down. There we go. We're going to drop this. We're going to drop this, and then we're going to balance the bone on top of it. Yes, the female zombies love that. Okay, so we've got a bit more work to do. Now, one of the things that I noticed is that there's blocks over there that I need to remove. So this is going to create a little bit of a construction issue for me for the moment. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to kind of like get here, squat down, and I'm going to have to remove this item right here. And I'm going to have to go through a couple of layers to do it. All right, that's gone. That's perfect. And we'll remove this one as well. There we go. So now I can let me stand up, and I can hop down in here. And what I need to do, I need to check and see, okay, one won't fit there right now. So what I'm going to do is let me get these wood blocks off my tool belt right now. I need my shovel, which I didn't bring with me, but what I can do is just go this route with it. I should be able to hit that one time. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Drop that in there, swap back over to the hammer, and boom, that's done. Perfect. Okay, so now we can get out of here, and the way that we're going to do that is by placing a rebar frame. We're going to jump up. We're going to jump up. Swap back to the hammer. Let's squat down, and then we can pick up that rebar frame. All right, so let's see here. I don't know if I can do this on my character, but we're going to look and see if we can. That's why I had wood or lumber on my character. What was this that I saw? That's just a little damage. We won't worry about that. Okay, I'll switch my light off. Get a jump here, get back upstairs. I need to go grab my lumber. Alright, so I'm going to grab lumber again, and I'm going to grab the rest of this scrap iron. I'm going to see if I need forged iron. I'm going to bring the forged iron and steel with me, just in case I need those two items. Alright, so we're going to get back down. There we go. Alright, so the next thing that I need to do, let me get my headlight on so I can see what I'm doing. We're going to get into tools and traps, and we're going to see, no, we can't. We can't make them on our character, which is a pitiable thing. Hang on, I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. So a scrap iron log spike. We'll start with wood. Alright, we've got two of them. Let me go and bring what would have normally gone there. What would have normally gone there is my crossbow. Alright, so we're going to get the rebar frames off the tool belt. We're going to bring the log spikes down. And then on the log spikes, I'm going to do a squat here. We're going to drop one there. And then come to the edge. We're going to drop another here. We're going to break out the hammer. Alright, now let's see if any of these others are in dire need of repairs. Heck, well, maybe it's just a tap there. It's just a tap, that's one. Well, that's not bad. That's actually not bad. So these are fully upgraded to forged steel at this point. Alright, so we know that our door is wrong. So we're going to get back inside. And we're going to run downstairs. There we go. I'm going to break out the hammer and we're going to take this door down. And we're going to get a good bit of scrap metal out of it. After all the metal we've put into it repairing it, I should hope so. Good gosh. These things can get expensive. You start with scrap iron, and then it's forged iron to bring it all the way up to its full potential. And see, now we got the forged iron off, so now we're going through the regular scrap iron. And now we've got more to go through. All right, there we go. Okay, so we are going to have to remove some of these blocks right here. So we're gonna get busy doing that because we know we're gonna need to. You know what? My hammer, my pickaxe is just about dead. So what I'm gonna do is, rather than completely destroy this thing, I'm gonna go back over here to my construction box and see, yes I do, I have another pickaxe. And since I have iron on me, or steel on me, we're going to go on ahead and make a couple of steel pickaxes. Okay, steel pickaxe, there we go. We want 2 of these. Come on, get over here. 2, craft. Alright, now while we're waiting for that to happen, I'm going to take the brand new one that we have and the one that we have that's almost dead, and it'll give us a full 466. There we go. Did I tell it to make those? Yes, I did. Very good. Alright, so we're going to go back downstairs. There we go. And we're going to continue the construction down here. Alright. So this has got to go. Alright, this has got to go. And this was all the repairs, the initial work that I had done with cobblestone is what you're seeing right now that I'm getting rid of. Alright, now another thing that I'm going to have to do is I've got to remove, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to remove this right here. If it turns out that I didn't have to, I can always put it back in. I mean, I am getting a little bit of stone out of it, but this is we're gonna go through the pickaxe pretty quickly here. So we're just gonna bust this out, and then we're gonna go down below it. We're gonna bust the other one out. Okay, so now it turns into a concrete block from the 6,000 durability. So I guess you could really say concrete rebar with concrete in it, or a rebar frame with concrete mix, gives you a total of 9,000 durability, because it will go from this down to the 3,000 durability. So they have 9,000 to get through. Alright, we'll just keep rolling along here and we'll get this done. Okay. So this is kind of like the boring part of the game, where you're doing, doing your construction and taking the time to upgrade your base. I mean, it is a little time consuming. Look, it's already 11 o'clock on the day. So the next thing that's going to be really important is getting the, and we're going to need to remove these as well. And we'll replace these. But what I'm going to do is I want to see how this thing is going to set up first, and then we'll go from there. Alright. Alright, we'll get through this one. And with this trap in front of the door, they're not going to be able to get to my door to do it damage. I'm sure the spider monkeys could damage it, or cops puking on it could damage it. But this should do the job. And I should probably go get my shovel, because I need to place a couple of concrete bases out there. Alright, so we've got our area for our door taken care of, which is very cool. I'm happy with that. Alright, let's head back upstairs, and we're going to, let me shut the light off because it's like a big glare. Alright, let's get back over to this side. We're going to get in our construction box. We're going to grab our steel shovel, and we're going to bring it down. I put it right back in there. How you like them apples? Alright, now it's on the tool belt. Sorry about the hiccuping and the... I had lob for breakfast this morning, and it was so farting good. Oh. And I'll have to say, I like it on the romaine lettuce, or the hearts of romaine. Normally, what I'd been doing, you know what? Well, no matter what I do, I might as well, since I'm down here doing this. Make this too wide all the way across. Oh, there comes the goodie truck. Oh yeah, we've already put a dent in this pickaxe. Now I'm going to have to be careful and kind of watch as I'm moving to the side here, because the last thing I want to do is jump down on those spikes and end up in a hurt. Okay, and then one more right here, I think. And then one right here. Okay, so shovel in the backpack, rebar frames down here at the bottom, and we can begin to take care of this little bit of update. There we go. Can't believe I did that one. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to come over here to this side, and we're going to knock out these two blocks right here. It's like, I mean, you get rocks back from it, but it feels like a, to me, it's almost like an asphalt that they've put around the base of the building. There we go. Alright. We need a rebar frame there, a rebar frame there, concrete and concrete. Alright, so now we can begin to place our drawbridge. There we go. Alright, so the drawbridge is going to go right here. And I am going to need... Let me grab the shovel. There it is right there. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is right here in front of the drawbridge, right here in front, right here, we're going to dig this area out. And you'll see why. There we go. Alright, so what I want to do, hang on a second. Let me break out the hammer and just get rid of this grass right quick. Okay, so what I want to do, we're going to put the shovel back up, and we're going to get our rebar frames back down. Alright, I'm going to be dropping in rebar frames all the way across the bottom here. Okay. We're going to fill these in. And then on top of that, back into the backpack, let's drop the square frames up and get us some rebar ramps. All right, and the rebar ramps are going to sit right there. That's going to be perfect. Look, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back to the hammer. So we'll be able to, like, get on the bike, we'll be able to roll straight across and there won't be any issues. Now, I could leave this thing wide open like this, but what I need to do right now is I need to get some more of these rebar frames down. And let's... Okay, that's perfect. Excellent. All right. Oh, heck yeah. That's gonna work a lot better. And this will protect my door from those nasty freaking zombies that always came and just caused problems. But the next question is going to be, how is this going to work with the mini bike? So let's hop on and we're going to see if we can just ride straight on out. Oh, wow. That's exactly what we were looking for. That's exactly what we were looking for. Whoa, don't want to go over there. I don't want to end up putting my bike in the pit. All right, so let's back up a little bit more. Get centered on the bike so that we can see. Oh, yeah. All right, I probably need to go on ahead and that's one thing about this area being so cramped under here. And I can't remove those pillars that I've got my lights on because those are all structural support. All right, scoot up just a little bit, hop off. All right, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. All righty. And I can, whoop, so that's done. All right, so let's go upstairs now and take a look at, put away all of our construction stuff. We'll go up here and get everything put up. Let's do that right now. All right, so the plant fibers can go in there along with the wood, the forged iron, and the forged steel. We can also drop off our wood frames. And I'm going to keep the stone. Here, we're going to do the shuffle on this. What I'm going to do is put the stone in here. All right, because I hear a bunch of people walking around down there. Okay, I see a problem already. I see a problem already. All right. What do I still have on me? I think I still have everything I need on me to get this little bit of additional work done. All right, so I am glad that I saw a zombie came to this point. Hang on. Did she do me any damage? No, she didn't. All right. So I'm just going to get rid of her. All right, so now what I've got to do, I'm going to have to dig down here. So I see one other way that they're going to try to get in and cause problems. So rather than have that issue, I'm going to go and get this sussed right now. And this is going to take some doing. That's a lot of concrete that I put down that I'm having to waste, but we'll get it done. Alright, so there's one. And then the one underneath it, I've got to get that one out too. I'm going to have to keep my ears open while I'm doing this for any shuffling or any footstep sounds, because zombies, they do like to creep up on you when you least expect it. I'm going to go through a couple of pickaxes getting this done. I'm going to have to go back upstairs and grab my lumber as well. Okay, so that's done. And then this one. I hadn't even thought that they would come and try damaging the side of it. But this will put a stop. What I'm doing right now will put a stop to it. So we've just got to get through these concrete blocks that we laid. And we'll have to get in there and do a little bit more work. And I'm going to need my forged iron and my forged steel as well. And my scrap. So we'll have to go back upstairs and grab that. Let me get through these two blocks first. Okay, there's one. Alright, so we're halfway through this one. And we'll keep digging. Keep smacking it with the hammer. Or with the pickaxe with the hammer. Keep smacking it with the pickaxe. I need a new hammer too, goodness. Alright, and then another 3,000 to go through here. And that one's done. Alright, let me move over here. We're going to have to knock out a couple here. Actually, probably more than just a couple, because I want this all to be concrete. Alright, there's over halfway through right there. Now the cool thing about it is with the... Hang on a second. Let's check and see how he's doing on food and water. Okay, so I need to stop for a minute and I'll go upstairs. Might as well do it right now because I know I'm going to need this stuff. Let's hop up here and let's make our way back over to the food chest. And rather than take it directly out of our own supplies, what we'll do is we'll take it out of here. So the first thing I'm going to do is eat. I'm going to have to make some more cornbread. I can see that right now. So let's go on ahead and eat us some cornbread. Now I could eat the stew, but the stew has an overall warming effect, and here in the desert it's not the best thing to do. Pardon me. We may actually hit the 200 mark on health and stamina. We may actually get that award, because I'm pretty sure there's like a trophy for that. All right. We're gonna just completely fill up. There we go. All right, now we're going to start hydrating ourselves. Okay, we're completely hydrated. Perfect. All right, so now we need lumber. We need these two items. And I think we're going to be good to go right there, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and it looks like I've got some dookie meat on me, so I need to get rid of the dookie meat. We'll do that when we get back down here. Here it is, already 6:30 in the evening, and we are still working on repairs and getting things done. All right, so first things first, I know I am going to need 4 of these. Perfect. All right, so we're going to have to hop down here and be careful. We're going to have to be careful about it. Let me see. I should be able to just do this. There we go. There's one. I need to get that one. I need to get this one. And I need to get this one. There we go. All right, so first things first, hop there, do this, do this. We're going to put one frame right here. Let's hop up on this. We can stick a frame there. We need to stick a frame there. Can't stick one there, but I can stick one there. All right, break out the pickaxe again. We're going to hit here, and we're going to hit right here. Perfect. All right. All right, one there and one there. Break out the hammer. All right, now let's drop one of these right here. Let's hop up on top of it. It's 7:30. This repair work is taking some time. Wow. Okay, we're going to pick this up. Then we're going to drop the frames back in the backpack. We're going to bring these down. We're going to put one right there, and we're going to put one right here. Perfect. All right, now the hammer again. All right, so that side is taken care of, with the exception of knocking out these two, which I want to be concrete. In fact, let's do this right now to be ready for it, because we're going to be pressed a little bit for time getting these last two in. It's already 8 o'clock. Construction takes some time, folks. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. And I could probably... Nah, I won't bother. I'll leave the brick there. One right here, one right here. Break out the hammer, and that's done. Alright, so now we need to come back over to this side of things and start working on tearing these out. Okay. Get the first two out of here. And I've got to keep my eyes peeled on that clock. We're already almost halfway through this pickaxe. I'm glad I made 2 more. Alright, we're through the first part of it. Here comes the second part. I mean, we're knocking chunks out. It's going pretty quickly, but I mean, again, you know, you're putting wear and tear on your tools. Alright, so that one's done. let's start working on this one. Time's almost 9 o'clock. All right. I'm just trying at this point to keep the door as safe as possible because, I mean, of the expense of actually making it. I mean, it costs resources. So we're going to prevent these pesky zombies from being able to get to a spot where they could do this. Now, probably what I could have done is, instead of doing this, what I'm doing right now, I probably just could have built wall up on either side of it and, you know, force them to, you know, attack the wall. But, you know, with the spikes down here, it's an easier kill. So, just get it done. Alright, we're almost through this one. And perfect. It's 9:30 in game time. Okay, we're through that one, and I want to replace these two. I think I'll have the time to do this before. Yeah. Alright, we're just going to take one right here and one right here. Concrete and concrete. Alright, and we can finish up the construction later on. Alright, and we'll just go in, we'll go in the back door here. Oh heck yeah, that's so much easier. Now granted, they can still see in through this spot. Now the way, oh damn, I could get out that way too if I'm not careful. Alright, so one of the things I probably could have done was just built wall just straight up the side here, and that would have been fine. But we're going to be okay either way. Alright, let's turn the light off. Let me get up here. Damn it, I hate it when I fall off my ladders. There we go, perfect. Okay, so let's see how we're doing out here. These have had another day of grow time. I can see the blueberries on them. 2 blueberries, just 2. Wow. Alright, let me go ahead and close my door here as well. Perfect. Alright, so that's done. Alright, so we're just going to wait the night out. Day 163 going to day 164. 4 more days until our next 7th day. So we're actually doing pretty good. Alright, so give me a sec, guys. I'm going to take you with me to the rest. Got care of this. I've been pouring a lot of iced tea on them today, just to try to hydrate myself for next week. Louisiana summers are brutal. I mean, it's not like desert brutal, but the problem down here is the humidity. So everybody knows, or for those of you who don't know, our bodies cool by sweating. But it's not just the sweat that cools your body off because you're wet. The sweat evaporates, and that evaporation creates a cooling effect. It's called evaporative cooling. Alright, so evaporative cooling works best when the day is hot, but the humidity is low. That way, there's room in the atmosphere, so to speak, for your water, for the your sweat to evaporate and cool your body. Now, down here in Louisiana, when you have like 100% relative humidity, it's hard for your body to cool. So basically what happens is you end up sweating, but your body doesn't cool down the way that it should through evaporative cooling. So by keeping yourself really, really hydrated, you save yourself an issue with that. And there, trust me, working in the heat down here, it is not the easiest thing to do. Now I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to do anything with these blueberries. I want to get all of this down here taken care of. You know, I'm wondering if I should have just, instead of putting, you know, the additional spike traps there. I mean, it'll catch more zombies, that's for damn sure. But I'm going to have to go out and, you know, I need some more scrap metal. So I'm going to have to go to a couple of different places and take some things down. But first and foremost, I need white rock and clay. I don't think I need sand. Let's go take a look right quick here at the forge and see what we've got going. Okay, glass I'm okay on, but I mean I could also dig some sand. It would probably help. In fact, all of this crushed sand right here, that's going to be about, I think it's a 1 to 5. So I'm looking at about 15,000 glass there. Might as well go ahead and get this thing turned on. And while we're at it, let's grab this full stack of, well, you know what? Look, we can do this too. While we're waiting. And get some of this stuff cooking off. And get it in the forge. Just to have something to do here. Alright, let's stack these. We're going to move this over. You know, I never got rid of the dookie meat. Well, guess what? Now's as good a time as any. Upsie. And we'll come over here to the edge. There we go. And get rid of that. Just drop it down there. It'll despawn. Dissolve into the ground. Maybe rotting flesh is like zombie seeds. I don't know. You never can tell. The game gets a little strange sometimes. Alright, so the brass doorknobs are gone. Let's drop in these brass candlesticks. Just going to try to get things kind of lined up here. I still need... Let me see. Get those candlesticks done, and then we can get rid of all of this lead and the glass that's here as well. You know, we made 100 frames, and we're down to just a few. Everything seems quiet tonight. Dust storms in the same odd spots. Right there's one. And then as the wind comes in from over here, we've got a little bit of dust storm coming through our lumber yard over there. All those trees that I planted. And the sign is still looking pretty good. Working my bone. Baha. Alright. Alright, let's get back inside. I'm hoping that brass is finished. I got another 33 seconds. We'll get that knocked out right quick. I've still got 2 leaves of romaine lettuce from my hearts of romaine and a little bit of my lob left over. So I'm sitting here and looking at it and going, it's good stuff. There's some Thai food that most people, the first time that they try it, they'll really, you'll really take to it. You'll think, man, this is really good. There are some things, however, that they cook that take a little bit of getting used to, I guess you could say. You know? Let's see. Yeah, that's done. Alright, so the lead trophy's going to go in next. That'll cook down real quick. And then we'll get these lead fishing weights in there. That'll work. So just a few seconds each. Then the next thing will be the lead. We'll drop it in there. But yeah, I definitely need to go on a clay run. Alright, so then we're going to drop in. Well, that will probably take the longest. Let's drop these candy tins in. Now, the candy tins and the car air filters can be used to make landmines, which are terribly fun to watch the zombies walk into. But the bad thing about it is that it leaves big holes in the ground. So, I mean, the last time that I used them, there was a house next to the POI that I was living on. So I took the house down to its foundations, which was stone, and then dug holes, you know, in various spots throughout that foundation, and then put like concrete at the bottom of it, which would, you know, withstand the explosion, and then would set the landmines down in those little square holes. And oh man, when the zombies came in from that particular direction, it was absolutely hilarious to watch them get blown up. It was a hoot. Alright, so that's done. Let's get this lead in there and let that cook off. And let's get right here. Let's give this a shuffle. There we go. Good to go. Now, I need to make another... I'm going to make a couple of hammers. I need to get these done. Okay, we've got the 2 pickaxes. Let's take those and get them before I make a hammer. Let's get these dropped off in the construction box. Here and here. I might as well repair this. There we go. And now I need to make some claw hammers. Alright, so we're on tools and traps. Where is the hammer? Oh, come on, man. Did I just like pass it up? Maybe it was on the front page and I just missed it. That's it. It was on the front page and I just missed it. Alright, so claw hammer, 12 and 12. We're going to craft up 2 and get these crafting. And we can drop those outside in the repairs box outside. Alright, so it looks like the lead is cooking down, which I'm happy about. And to keep from drawing in a screamer, let's go and turn that off. Now, I still need the lumber. Alright, I can drop off the ramp rebar frames. Let's do that right quick. Alright, so that's done. Let's get this shuffled. I need to take about half of this with me, and I'll show you why. Alright, so my concrete mix is done. And what I'm going to do is take the rock that I have. Actually, you know what the easiest thing for me to do is going to be? Let me grab this out of here. And now we can say, I need crushed sand. And we're going to make as much as we can, which is the 3,000. And that'll work. Boom. And this thing crushed some rocks fast. Alright, now, I don't know. I don't believe that I need this stone with me. I don't think that I do. So we're just going to leave it that way for right now. Okay, perfect. Time's 3:39 in the morning. And of course, single player in this game, you do not sleep. If you have a multiplayer, and I don't even know if they have servers for this game anymore. I mean, ever since the Fun Pimps made PlayStation take all that back, I don't think. Who knows? Who knows? But if there's more than one person playing the game, kind of like either on a network or, across the interwebs, it would normally be, you can fall asleep. Well, the construction down there is actually going really, really well. I just need to get in and take care of that last little area right there, which will be no problem. We'll get in, we'll get that knocked out, and then we can spend the rest of the time going and collecting the resources that we need. We need stone. We definitely need clay. And it wouldn't hurt for me to get, a whole bunch more sand. Now, my shovel looks like it is in great condition. It's a 316 with very little durability issues. In fact, that number right there, 316, shows you the durability, but the bar that you see on the bottom, that is more indicative of the wear on the tool. The number itself doesn't go down. A worn out 316 shovel is still a worn out 316 shovel. Your green bar could be like really, really low, but it's still a 316 shovel. So that gives you an idea of the durability of things. Of course, the axe looks like it could probably have a little love, but I usually don't like bumping them up on the bench using the combine function until after it is under halfway. So we're looking pretty good right now. Alright, I should be able to, because I'm not going to need a whole bunch more concrete. I could take this concrete mix and drop it back in there, and then give myself a sort, and we're pretty much good to go. All right, so, and of course I could use a good bit more scrap iron, and that will be found. I can find that any place around here. There's a good bit of scrap iron over here at the prison, so I may actually just avail myself of all of the scrap iron that's in the prison. There's fencing in there, there's railings, all kinds of stuff that I could actually use for that. Oh shit, here comes a roving band. Let me squat down. Ah shit, she saw me. She fell in the trap. Here, let me just lead them over here. Let me lead them all over here. Yeah, guys, come on, jump in here. Come get some. Oops. Oop, you fell in. You lost your legs. Oh, I bet it hurts. That's some hilarious shit right there. They will end up dying in that pit. Over here, boy. Dude, don't make me shoot you in the head. You're going to make me shoot you in the head, aren't you? No, you're going to be stupid and come over here. Come on. Come on. Oh, she crawled out. How did she manage to do that? But she's going to crawl back. You going to crawl back in? Yep, she's going to crawl back in. I think what happened is one jumped up on the top. Oh, she lost her legs too. Let's see if we can't just put a couple of rounds in the back of these guys. There we go. There's a dead one. He's doing damage to the side wall, and he's dead now too. That's one of the wonderful things about these traps, is it will put a stop to them very, very quickly. Alright, well, rather than go down from the top, let's just go downstairs, and we'll open the drawbridge once things are said and done. When we get that wonderful "it's safe" sound. Ooh, we lost a body. We lost two bodies. 0555 right now. So at 0600 you get this wonderful little "it's morning time" sound, and that way you know it's safe to go outside. There it is. Alright, so we'll bring the drawbridge down, and we'll get over here, and we'll Oh, good morning, sir. How are you? How about a spiked bat breakfast? That's what I thought. Okay. Well, let me get over here and take care of these bodies. I'm going to need my blade. So I'm going to bring my rebar frames back up, bring the machete down. We'll just kind of squat down here and search and see what he's got. Hey, good stuff. And there's pills for Trader Bob. Trader Bob loves his pills. Alright, so that one's done. What did you bring? Nothing. You're useless. Alright, and then we're going to kind of waddle over here to this side. What did you bring me? Nothing. You're useless too. Alright, and then we've got, oh, what's his name out here that we just bashed in the head. We'll go and see what he's brought. More pills for Trader Bob. He'll thank you. Alright, and since I'm not going to be putting this stuff back upstairs, here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop the rotting flesh. We're going to drop the animal fat and the large bones. And that is perfect for a female zombie to walk up on. They're very happy when they see that. I am not going to explain to you why. I think you should already know. All right, so we've got to go down here, and we've got to be careful about it. All right, so we've got to knock out that one right there. We have to knock out this one, and then we have to knock out this one. All right, and then we're going to have to knock out that one. All right, and here's how this is going to work. All right, so that back up, these back down, and of course, one there, one there, one there. All right, we need to put one right there. Let's hop up on this one. We're going to drop one right there. Okay, so we've got all of our frames in. Alright, and so that we can get out of here and place the other traps, we're going to drop a frame right there, hop up on top of it, hop out, squat down, and pick up the other frame. Good to go. Alright, so we've got 87 frames left. Let's drop our spike traps in, one right there, one right there. Swap back over to the hammer and get these upgraded. Alright, so everything is upgraded. Now the zombies aren't going to be able to come and stand on the block that would have been like right there at that spot where you can see the little X on my screen and beat on my door. They'll come up, they'll drop down into the spike traps and end up paying the price for their stupidity. And since I'm standing right here, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Bring the frames down. One right there. Drop that in. And you know what? I might as well, since I'm standing here, let's get rid of this one little bit of asphalt around the side of the building, and we're going to drop in a couple of frames. Okay, there's one. Let's get rid of this little spot. I mean, it looks like asphalt. It could be cement. I'm not really sure. Alright, one here, boop, boop, and we're done. Very cool. So now the construction project is actually finished. So we've got a drawbridge which leads into our home that I can stand back here and open that thing. And it makes a real easy entrance and exit, and I don't have to worry about the zombies beating the shit out of my door anymore. Alright, so let's turn the light off, get back upstairs, and we'll begin to drop a lot of this stuff back off where it belongs. Alright, so first things first, let's get into the chest. We can drop off the can of salmon, the pills. Bob likes those. We can drop off the water, the bottled water. In fact, let's get another shuffle right quick. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so in the construction chest, we can drop off forged steel and forged iron, of course, along with the scrap iron. Let's put the scrap iron right over here, and another quick shuffle to get everything in order. Perfect. All right, and our lumber. We need to drop off our lumber as well. Okay. Good to go. And let's slip out here. And we are going to drop off a few more things. We're going to drop off our hammer. We're going to drop off the frames, additional sand and stone, and the concrete mix. All right, we're looking pretty good. And we should have $3,000 of sand right there. That will go into the box as well. And now all we've got to do is just get things back to where they belong. All right, that goes there. We're going to move the sniper over one, and we'll leave the blade right there at the end. The shovel is going to come with us because we definitely need some clay, and that's stuff that we're going to have to go get. So we know where we're going. Let me make sure. Yes, my door's closed. We'll close this one. And off we go to gather those items. Now, I do have a trip. I need to make a trip over to Trader Bob's. I have a lot of stuff right there that I need to get rid of. But currently, we're looking pretty good. So let's just kind of mosey on down to that area that I talked about moseying on down to. All right, let's get the door open right quick. I'm liking the new drawbridge setup. All right. Hang on a sec. Let me take a look. Am I fueled up? I'm at 90%. I mean, I'm not in a hurt, so yeah. So now we can just drive straight on out without any issues. Turn around, close the door up. And if they try coming in, they end up down there in the pit. All right, so we're on the bike. Let's get the headlight on. And we are going to head to the northwest exit out of town. Maybe we'll see a few zombies we can run over. Oh, lo and behold, it's Blowjob Girl. Hello, baby. That's my favorite part right there. Love the crunchy noise that they make. And you guys are wondering, why do you call him Blowjob Girl? Well, there's this one body that you find in-game in various spots. And it's this dude who's got his left hand looks like he was holding his tool. And all the rest of him is gone, below the waist. So I just always maintain that she was the one who was like working on giving him, one of those, and she just got carried away and just kept eating. And I always felt bad for the guy because, hey, I'm the only one out here in this screwed up desert place, or out here in this post-apocalyptic world. There's nobody else except me and Bob that I'm aware of, and everything else is zombies, dogs, critters that want to hurt you and eat you. So I just kind of always maintain that, well, that's what happened to him. He was a little bit desperate. Figured maybe he could tame one, and it didn't work out too well for him. All right, so I'm looking for a road that's going to exit, or just kind of like a little trail that's going to exit off of this road, and it's going to be on my left. And I'm kind of like watching while I'm driving to see if I can spot it. Not yet. Maybe that's it up there where I can see that one little mirrored area. We'll see. Well, here we can do this right quick. Okay, yeah, we're not there yet. Boy, that was a fast kickstart, huh? Alright, this maybe? Right up here? I thought I saw something, but evidently I didn't. Alright, well, we'll just keep going. It's bound to be up here somewhere. All I got to do is look for it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. So we have a little, what I would call a camp up here. Pardon me. Excuse me, sir. If I can get on the damn road. There's a little house up here that I have stayed at in the past, and I've kind of secured the place. Hi guys, how y'all doing? Have a headache. Oh, I missed that one. Okay, here comes the blowjob girl. Her and the other girl. Let me crack her in the back one time real good. And done, and oh, it's gotta hurt. Yeah, they like coming and hanging out. Now this place I could actually turn this into an even better base if I wanted to. But my thing right now, you know what? I should have brought another pickaxe. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, not interested. All right, so now we begin to take a look at the map, and we're going to see. Let's zoom in here. Okay, right over. Let me see. Should be kind of like directly to the south of us here. We should find an area that is. There we go. There's a bunch of white stone. Dude, what is this, your brother? Here, grab a seat, dude. I'm busy. Alright, there we go. Alright, so white stone, when it comes to the green areas, your green biomes like this is all clay underneath. So what I'm going to do is, first things first, we're gonna remove this white stone. Alright. Another thing that we can look for out here is birds' nests. That would be kind of like the primary thing that I would be looking for out here. In addition to, alright, lights on, very cool. In addition to the resources that I'm actually trying to grab right quick. So there's lots of different stone in game that you can, go and smack on. But the white stone provides you with raw iron. In addition to stone, it provides you with raw iron. You can end up with nitrate powder. You can end up with coal, and you can end up with scrap lead. So there's a real benefit to actually taking this stuff down. Now, the bad thing about it is this stuff does not respawn. Alright, so all of this is clay. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be using my fire axe anytime near soon. I need my shovel, and we're gonna work on some clay. Because clay is one of those things that you need when you're, working on your working in your forge. You need clay to make glass. You need clay to. We accidentally uprooted a tree there. But I want to take back a nice bit of clay. Alright, there we go. We'll go down a level. Alright, so this is kind of like the boring part. Alright, we'll just continue to burn through this real fast. I want to take probably about 12K clay back. And you'd be surprised how quickly you can end up with that. So right now we're already looking at 2K. So I just need to keep digging. So I'll probably spend the rest of the afternoon working on collecting this clay, depending on how fast I can get it shoveled out. And the clay pits are usually, I mean, they usually run pretty deep. But, I mean, you don't want to dig yourself into a hole that you can't get out of. I mean, you can always turn around and, you know, and dig a path out of it. But having a way to get out of it in case a zombie comes up on you is pretty a pretty good idea because they'll get down in here with you and cause you some problems. All right, we're being an industrious individual today. We've got all those repairs done at the house and some upgrades too. Alright, so let's begin to move over this direction with the shovel. And you can always tell what you're getting just by watching over there on the side. It'll show you what you're actually digging up. So like if you dig too deep and you end up with, you know, hitting dirt instead of clay, you're always going to be able to see that. So we're just going to keep shoveling away here. Hey, skills and mining tools is now level 99. I'm liking that. And the higher your skill gets, the more you're actually going to pull out every time you dig with your shovel, or you hit something with your pickaxe. That's just kind of how that works. All right, so I need to try to dig myself a little path to get out here. And I think we've got it right here. Perfect. All right, let's see where we're at. We're at 4K. We need to keep digging. All right, so let me see. I'll leave that side alone and I'll start like over here, back here. You really want to try to dig from the top down. The reason being is that if you don't, you can end up losing some of the resources that you are wanting to provide yourself with. In other words, it'll come down in a block. If you're standing directly under it, if the block is big enough, you'll experience some damage due to cave-in. We hadn't really put a dent into the shovel yet, which is a good thing. Alright, let's see. We'll start up here. Now, as you dig, you're gonna end up with a little bit of. Sometimes you'll get rock. You know, like say if a rock falls or something like that. You might end up with some wood, some lumber. You could also end up with plant fibers like that. I just got some plant fibers. See now, okay, I just hit soil over there, so I don't want to dig that way anymore. I still want clay. I mean, you can actually dig underground and mine if that's what if that's what you want to try. See what I mean? Little bit of a cave in there. But in the desert, you can find oil shale. You can use that to make gasoline. You can... A lot of these places where, you know, like you just kind of walk around and you walk up on a node of coal or nitrate or something like that. It is said that if you dig directly down under that, you will find more of it. You'll find a deposit of it. I haven't really done a tremendous amount of mining in-game, but that's not to say it wouldn't be worth trying. Let me grab that lip before it comes down on me. Okay, time is now 4:12 in-game time. So we need to kind of be aware of things. Let's see where we're at. Okay, I've got a little, well, over 7,000, almost 8,000. I'd like to take 12K back with me. Really would. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's our way out right there. We don't want to do anything over there. So we can start right here and start coming down. Oh, we dropped a rock of some kind. Just widen this old clay pit up. I've got another clay pit that is within running distance of the house, but all of the white stone in that area, I've pretty much decimated it. So that's why I came over here, because it would give me access to a little bit more white stone. Alright, let's... Okay, about another 2,000, little under 2,000, and I'll be happy with the clay. Okay, it's 5:18 in game time, so we need to, needless to say, keep an eye on the time, and we can. There's a little. Remember, we've got that little house here by it, so. Alright. Well, this is going good. No major issues. Had a few zombies we had to take care of when we first got here, but any place there's going to be a POI, like a little house or something like that, whenever you pull off the road and go into that area, there's always going to be a few zombies. So just kind of prep yourself for it. Be ready for it. The spiked club is arguably one of the best weapons in game for close quarters combat. At least in this version 1.18. The blunderbuss is really good for up close. I mean, I'm sure the shotguns are great as well, but I just don't want to waste the... Okay, right there I'm digging dirt. I don't want dirt. So let's go back here, and we're going to drop off this dirt. Oh, Nursey. Nursey with nice cleavage. Hello, Nursey. Nursey, Nursey. Good night. Oh, is this your boyfriend? Dude, did you have her out in the weeds doing, like, terrible, awful things to her? Bad person. Now, nurses usually bring some decent stuff, so... Oh, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take the... Well, do we need it? Nah, we don't need it. It just take up room. We'll let you keep it. You're probably going to need it worse than I am after I'm getting beat on the head like that. All right, so let's see. I think we started hitting dirt back there. This all looks gray, so let's work on this wall over here. I'm getting dirt. Dirt, dirt. All right, I don't want dirt. I want Fargan clay. All right, there's my way out. What do we got over here? Okay, here we got some clay. Always keep your ears open. Playing the game with a headset is probably, arguably, one of the best ways to play it. You can really hear what's going on around you. Or if you have a good 5.1 surround system, that will make a difference for you as well. Alright. Alright, we're good. Alright, so let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Alright, so now, where is my little, here we go, here's my stairwell. Alright, so that leads back down. We go back up this way, and there's the house. Very cool. Alright, so we're going to drop some stuff off on the bike here. Alright, stone, raw iron, lead, clay, all that good shit. We're going to be dropping all of that mess off. And, you know, we might as well check what these bodies have got. I can use the water. You can keep the sandwich. No, don't want a sandwich. Everybody's bringing sandwich. What are they fucking doing? Picnicking out here? Lumber and one feather. You can keep the lumber. I'll take the feather. And what have you got? Oh, baby. I'm glad I checked this one. Alright. And then I think we're pretty good there. Okay. Got the light on. It is on. Let's take a quick look at the map and see where we're at. Okay. Over this way, there should be a little bit more white rock. There is. And this is kind of like close by the house, so we're good to go. Alright. Alright, it's 7:51 in-game time. Alright. Got some more white stone over here. And it's close enough here by the house where I don't have to worry about it. So that at that right before 9 o'clock, I'll head in and... I mean, if we're lucky, we may see a deer over here. Harvest it up for some more groceries for the house. More white stone right here. And somewhere over there... Why does that look like a town? You see how... See that crisscrossed over there? That's really weird. I wonder if I've got time to make it there. I think I do. Alright, there's a pig. Could have killed that one, but I want to... Oh shit, there's two boxes over here. Might as well grab them both. I just gotta haul balls. Ow. Frickin' cacti. I heard somebody else over there. Where's that other box? Here it is right here. And then there's another one right over there. And I just passed a bird's nest. That's a cardinal sin. Alright, we've got to head back over there to the camp right quick. So let's see if I can avoid hitting any of these. Just passed another bird's nest. There's a rabbit. That's more fresh meat that I could have had. Another bird's nest. Yeah, we'll be back before the 9 o'clock. Ow. I'm going to end up having to go back on that nurse and grab that first aid kit from her. Oh, there's good stuff down in that well, but I ain't got the time to go down there and look for it right now. Let me run down here and see where my clay pit was. Right over here. Okay, who is this? Sham Sandwich. Okay. Then where? Okay, clay pit's right here. And there's 2 birds' nests. Damn it. This is going to kill me. Alright, so this needs to go up there. Where is my axe? Thank you very much. I'll take that. Alright, so let me stand up, swap to the axe, get rid of that. Bird's nest will respawn. So whenever I see them, I'll destroy them after I clean them out. Alright, so we're good. More than enough time. Is there anything left in here? Some black powder. I'll take that. Alright, and before I go into the house, the snowberries have got to go. The plant fiber has got to go. And then we need to get in the house. We need to shut the door. Okay, I know there's a way that you can lock that damn thing. I'm just hitting the wrong button. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Alright, screw it. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so what's here? Ooh. Alright. Probably should have brought my SMG with me. But now we can just rather quietly wait out the evening. And while I am sitting here waiting, I have got to get another mouthful of this lob. Oh my God, so good. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm. That's the yummy stuff. So lob is basically ground pork that you brown. And you brown it on high heat. While it's still browning, right before it finishes cooking completely, you add shallots. And you cook the shallots just long enough to take the real pungent edge off of them. And then you turn the heat off. To a half pound of pork, you use about a quarter cup of shallots. And then you add to that 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 2 tablespoons of lime juice. You stir all that up. Then the Thai have, like we have red pepper flakes here in the United States. The Thai have a wonderfully just fiery little chili, little bitty tiny thing called a bird's eye chili. They'll take those and roast them fresh, pick them fresh, roast them in a wok, and then they'll put them in a mortar and pestle and crush them up. Oh, hang on. Pardon me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ah, but it's so good. Okay, and they'll crush that up. You take about a teaspoon. I usually use a teaspoon to a teaspoon of half of the of those crushed red peppers and put it in there, and that makes it fiery. Then you need about a quarter of a cup of spring onions. It's like just regular green, the little green onions. Some people call them scallions. You chop those up, you put them in there, and then cilantro, about a quarter cup of cilantro, and about a quarter cup of mint. Now, the Thai people like putting the mint leaves in whole. I don't, because sometimes those can be a little bit chewy. So what I'll do is I'll put them on a cutting board and julienne them, and then throw them in that way. And then you stir it up. Oh, it's so good. The last thing that you have to add to that is sticky rice, uncooked sticky rice that has been browned and then ground into kind of like a coarse consistency in a mortar and pestle. And you put that in. And oh, guys, I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Like most of the Thai curries, pad Thai, of course. Pad See is also very good. I like the soups. Tom Yum Kagai is one of my favorites, or Tom Kagai is also very good. Yeah, I mean, if you've never had Thai food, go try it. Satay, chicken satay, pork satay is phenomenal. But I mean, go with somebody who enjoys Thai food so that they can take you to a good Thai food restaurant. They have this place here close by where I live that touts itself. I mean, it even has the word Thai in the name. Okay, I ordered a mess of food from them through Uber, and it was the most disgusting slop I think I've ever put in my mouth that somebody had the nerve to fucking call Thai. I ordered spring rolls. Well, the Thai have two different kind of spring rolls. They have a fresh spring roll, which is vermicelli, bean sprouts, and other things rolled up in a rice paper kind of thing, and it's chewy and it's wonderful. The Vietnamese also do it, and oh, it's so good. But that's a fresh spring roll. Then they have a regular spring roll, which is the same, some of the same things, but it's in a like a wrapper that is deep fried, and it's crispy and it's delicious, and it's served with this wonderfully sweet fish sauce. Oh, what they sent me was overstuffed Vietnamese egg rolls, which are spring rolls, which pissed me off. That was the first thing. I ordered chicken satay. Satay gets its signature flavor from a marinade. And the reason I'm talking about all this stuff is because I'm just trying to bridge the time between... What the fuck was that? Bridge the time between now and the morning. Anyway, they didn't marinate the chicken satay before they cooked it, so it was basically just skewered flat pieces of chicken that had no flavor except for smokiness from the grill. It was dry, it was chewy, and it's served with a peanut sauce. Their peanut sauce was watery. It was disgusting. Ordered a green Thai curry. Green Thai curry is spicy. It gets its green color from chilies. And then some of the Thai cooks, just to make it greener, will crush up kaffir lime leaves, or sometimes even Thai basil, Thai holy basil, just to give it more of a green color. And it's usually done with bitter melon or Thai eggplant. Well, these guys threw potatoes, frickin' onions, green bell peppers. I mean, stuff that doesn't even belong in there. And then the top of it, I had the root end of that in my dish. of one of the onions. And I'm sitting there, what the fuck am I chewing on? And I pull it out of my mouth. It's a root end of an onion. I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. And then pad thai. I mean, pad thai is not a complex dish, but the one thing that gives it its signature flavor is the sauce that you use with it, which is made from tamarind paste, fish sauce, water, and palm sugar. Well, these guys used ketchup. Are you fucking kidding me? I gave them a horrible review on Yelp. I said, if you're looking for Thai food, this is not the place to come. Where I live, there are, I want to say, 4 or 5 different Thai restaurants. There's 2 in my mind that stand out. One, if Granny's cooking, it's authentic Thai. If one of the other Thai people that work there is cooking, it's slop. It's not good. Then there's another place which is very cool. Had a cute waitress. They do a very good Thai, but it's just a little too Americanized for me. I prefer authentic Thai cuisine, just like I prefer authentic Mexican cuisine. They have a place where I live that serves, it calls itself a Mexican restaurant. Okay, we serve tacos, ground meat and hard shell with cheese and lettuce and tomatoes. Man, I want some authentic tacos. I want them little bitty bastards like they serve on the street in Mexico. I got a place down from the house that does that. Mexican family, authentic Mexican recipe. Shit is good. But it's just like anything else. The Greek and Lebanese restaurants around here, they were good when they first opened. And now that they know they can get away with less, they get away with less. It just blows my mind. And the people continue to eat it. Just, really, guys? Really? Okay, 2:15 in the morning, 2:16. We've got a lot that we've got to unload on the bike. But I've got to continue the White Rock search. That's like the most important thing. In fact, I didn't even look. Let's see what we ended up with. Okay. 9mm and some 9mm rounds. First aid kits, that can be sold. The pills will be sold. These schematics will be sold. An SMG receiver we're going to keep. The beaker can be sold. The iron helmet schematic is known. I can sell that. I've got 2 sniper rifle barrels and some black powder, which I'm also going to keep that. But I also, while I'm up here, I want to spend some time while I'm going back and forth looking for whitestone. I want to take at least 6,000 or more whitestone home with me. I just hope my pickaxe is going to hold up. Where are we at on that? Right at about 50%, so hopefully so. We're going to put a lot of this stuff on the mini bike tomorrow. Now, behind this place is a well. And remember the prior episode that I showed you, that place with the well? Same thing back here. Be a great place for a base. Now, granted, it's out in the middle of nowhere. And, I mean, you're close to the desert. So, early on, you'd have a good food source. Who knows? 3 o'clock in the morning. Just waiting for that wonderful morning sound. La la la. So we can go back outside and continue our thing. But I mean, for the most part, in between the 7th day runs, if you can find a place like this, you can, board your windows up real good. I mean, you've got lots of wood around you. You can grab, a stone pickaxe or an iron pickaxe, or a stone pickaxe, a stone axe, an iron axe, or a steel fire axe, and you can go outside and harvest as much lumber as you need to come back and reinforce the place. And it makes a great place to just kind of hang out for the evening. You may get a few roving bands. I just heard one outside. I'm being quiet to see if they're moving. I guess not. The only thing you really have to worry about is the roving bands. In fact, hang on a second. I need to, if it gets much colder, I'm going to have to put my duster on to stay warm. Oh, I need to check on points. I've got 15 skill points. All right. I need to save up some of those points to drop into steelsmithing so that I can make springs and mechanical parts myself. Everything else is looking real good as far as points. I could probably afford to drop more into toolsmithing, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Drop them all into toolsmithing. That way I can make higher quality tools, higher durability tools. 4:14, 4:15 in the morning, just waiting for the morning hour. I just don't, I'm not one to venture out at night because trust me, if a roving band comes through, you're going to get your ass whipped, okay? You will get, you will get hurt. That's why I'm saying I should have brought my SMG. I think the next time that I go out and do some running, I'll bring my SMG with me. But I mean, we do have the blunderbuss. We have the spiked club. The only, major projectile weapon that I tend to carry with me at all times is going to be the sniper. And I do that simply because I can bring down animals and zombies with it. Instead of the hunting rifle that doesn't have the scope, I can be off in the distance from them and put a zombie down. But every once in a while in these areas, you'll come across a deer, and that's always a good harvest, or a bear. As long as you're putting the rounds directly into the bear's head, you're good. 7.62 is a hell of a round. Post-apocalypse, I'll take an AK-47 over an M16 any day. You can drop an M16 in the mud and the sand and this and that, poo on it, pee on it, the whole 9 yards, pick it back up, and it's going to fire. M16, A1, A2, A3, all the tolerances are just, you have to keep the weapon clean. AK can be filthy and still fire. All right, 5:10 in the morning, another 50 minutes in game time. It'll be morning and we can get out. We can start ranging for some white rock. In fact, while we're sitting here, let's look at the map. Do a little map moving. See, I've got some whites. I've got white stone right here. I've got some white stone here. I've got some right here. A little bit up here more towards the out towards the road. I've got a nice plot right there. And let me zoom out. See, I've got all of this green area left to uncover. So I guess one of the things that I should do is just kind of head to the southeast and uncover this area right here in the green and get a look at it. Also, across the road over here, there is a good bit of, well, there's some kind of compound right there. That could be a graveyard with a mausoleum. But there's a good bit of white rock in these areas over here as well. And this right here, that's the army base. And, if it's in the desert, like this one is right here, it's easy to go inside and exploit that simply because of the fact that you can see where the landmines are. But man, when it comes to an army base in the grass like this, dude, you got to be careful because there's landmines everywhere. And you've got to move very slowly so that you can see these things. And then once you do, back up, shoot at them with the sniper rifle, and blow the landmine up. All right, it is that time. Yeah, it's that time. Is there anything in here? No, it's empty. All right, so let's go drop this stuff off on the bike right quick. I'm going to go ahead and shut the door. And we'll get over here and we'll drop this stuff off on the bike right quick. Okay, interact, open the trunk. All right, so there's a lot of stuff that I have here that will stack on the bike. And there's some stuff that's not going to stack. So some of this stuff is actually going to stay up on us, basically in our backpack. Move stuff over. All right, southeast. All right, we're gonna kind of like walk down this direction. I'm not gonna do the run thing because I want to kind of look around and see if I see any more bird's nests. Nice little clay plot here. Here we go. Some white rock. We'll get this knocked out. Alright, we're going to move over this direction. I'm seeing some white rock over there. And just kind of look on the ground while we're on our way. And see if we can spot any bird's nests. See, there's one. And an egg's an egg. Alright, so we're like right on the edge of it. Where did I see that white stone? I walked over and said, oh look, there's white stone. Oh, it's right out there in the desert area. That's fine. No big deal. We'll walk over there and get it taken care of. Alright, we'll bust through this one right quick. Nice, got some nice aloe vera plants growing out here. There's a nice little yucca plant. That's good edibles. So in the very beginning of the game, when you do not have anything on you, these little scrub trees you can come beat with your fist and knock them down, and that's like 12 lumber, 12 pieces of wood. Just kind of follow this out here. I heard one. What is that? Right there. Okay, I thought that was a zombie. It was not. Alright, we'll just swap to the axe for the time being. Alright, we've got some white stone right here. Let's go on ahead and knock this white stone out. Walk over here and grab this one while we're at it. Oh, look what I see. These are things that you want to find. This is a coal node. And no more. Oh shit. I heard him. I don't know where the fucker's at though. There he is right there. Oh shit. We took him down with one round. Hell yes. You know what that means? Fresh meat and animal pelts. And we'll clean up our mess. Let's drop this off. We're going to drop the animal fat off as well. And of course the bones. Nice little marker for the female zombies to come have a fun time on. And we're going to get back up to the bike as quickly as possible. The reason being is because of the fact this meat will stink. The zombies can smell it and they will come running. So getting it on the machine as quickly as possible is a very good idea here. We'll do this, and the plant fibers can go. We'll just set them there on top of the bike. Alright, so we're good to go. Let's keep rolling this direction. Alright, I'm seeing some more white stone down here. That was a good shot. That was one in the head and the bear went down. That makes a big difference. Those things will do terrible damage to you. Alright, and considering as far as armor, all I'm wearing is a military vest. Yeah, that ain't a good thing. Alright, so let's keep going here. Keep looking. Keep moving in the southeasterly direction. And of course we're going to keep our eyes open for bird's nests. There's some chrysanthemum right there. Growing out in the wild, you're only going to get one. If you flip it around and grow it in a garden, you'll get two. Alright. Oh, he's hungry. You know what time it is. It's cornbread time. We're going to fill up on cornbread right quick. And instead of drinking our red tea, we've got two bottles of water up there in our backpack. We're gonna drink those. All right, there's 100%. Let's drink the bottled water. And that will open up one spot in our backpack inventory. Alright, so let's keep looking around here. Bird's nest, white stone, that kind of thing. See, there's a big rock over there. There's a couple of big rocks. I can attack those for stone. Oh, it's a nurse. Nursey, 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 nurse. What'd you bring me? Oh, pills and vitamins. Thank you. I'll take both of them. Alright, looking around, looking around, looking around. What is this? A little bit of garbage over here. Nothing in it. Let's go on ahead. We'll get rid of it. And that'll work. Hey, there's a bird's nest right there. Exactly what I'm looking for. One egg in it. Damn it, no feathers. Alright. There's another bird's nest. And some garbage. I don't need any of that. So we're just going to ploof it. The dropped loot, we're just going to get rid of this. There we go. That'll go away. What we've got here, 24 feathers. That's a good bird's nest. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I saw as I was walking or looking over this direction, I'm probably not going to see it again with my luck. I thought I saw another node of some kind. Okay, there's the nurse. I heard one. Oh, it's a crawly. Well, we'll just conk him on the head and slow him down. Hey, guy, what's going on? There we go. What'd you bring? Duct tape. You can keep it. I can make duct tape at the house. Damn it, I thought I saw another node around here somewhere. Alright, well, I tell you what we can do. Let's take a look at the map. Zoom out a little bit. Alright. Let's continue to walk over this direction. And we'll see what we can see. Is that a bird's nest? Okay, I saw that cactus up there on the hill and thought for a second that it was a zombie. Was getting ready to break out the sniper and put a hurt on some poor snot. Alright. So yeah, I mean, you can use these big stones for stone, but that's all you're going to get. You get stone and maybe a little bit of, whatchamacallit, a little bit of raw iron with it. Okay. There's another bird's nest right there. Time's 11:30 in the day. We'll take that. Did I see some more berries? No, but I did see crap that I don't want. What's in here? Oh, both of those things I could use. Get rid of that. Alright, looking around and seeing what else we can see out here. Oh, wow. There's a supply box. We're going to be in a bind for room. Oh, yes indeed. That is a nitrate node. And we're going to take that home with us. Alright, we picked up some of that, so we get rid of it. Alright, let's just keep walking here. I don't want to get anywhere near that damn military base. Alright. Nice little pine tree there. Some nice oak. Oh, there's a big family of whitestone right over there. And a bird's nest right here in front of me. Thank you. Let's get rid of these plant fibers. Swap back over here. And we'll take care of all of this whitestone. Okay. Just keep your ears open, guys. That's one thing that you have to do. Keep your ears open. Because they will walk up on you. It's like that bear that I just shot. If I'd have been my head elsewhere, I wouldn't have heard him growl. Sounds like a bunny ended up on a, excuse me, ma'am. Vitamins, we'll take them. We can sell those to Bob. there's a good bit of white rock down here. $110 in game time. There we go. More white stone. Alright. There we go. Look around, look around. There's some more. Got 2 of them. You can find white stone in the desert, but your biggest concentrations are going to be in green areas. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, we picked up a couple of things that we don't need. I don't want that. And I think that's it. Very cool. Alright, yep, let's get over here and grab this one. Alright, so this will be out of the way. I see some garbage, and I thought yep, there's another bird's nest right there. So, swap over. What do we got here? Nothing. I'll ploof it just so that it'll spawn someplace else. Hey, 16 feathers, or 18, 16. I'll take those. Alright, and let's drop the plant fibers that came with it. And I see 1 white stone over here. Let's go grab it. Early on in game, you're not going to be, I mean, you can make a stone axe, but the thing that you're looking for when you're doing the stone axe is going to be stuff like this right here. That little tiny stone right there. See, it says pick up small stone. That's how you get your first stone to be able to do what you need to do in game. What do we got here? Nothing. Okay, we can do that. Just kind of ploof it so that it'll go away. Alright, let's see where we're at on the map. Alright, so now what I can do is just travel north. And as we walk through, we're going to be looking for bird's nests nodes. Walked right past this garbage. Oh, I really don't need the glue, but I'll go ahead and take them both and we'll get rid of that garbage. Alright, let's keep walking to the north here. We'll just kind of keep our eyes on the ground, do a constant scan, look around, and maybe we'll spot another node. And some more bird's nests. Definitely could. Yep, there's one right there. And I walked over something that sounded like wood. And if you walk over something that sounds like you stepped on a plank of wood, especially out here in the green area, always, always, always turn around and look, because it very well could be a bird's nest. It makes that noise when you walk over it. Alright. Heading back up to the north. Ah, more white stone. I heard somebody. Oh, it's a crawly. What did you bring? A sandwich? You can keep it. got some more white stone right here. Okay, we're actually down by the road now. Alright, here's some more white stone. Look around. I think I see nodes over there. So I'm going to have to keep them in the screen. I do see nodes. 2 of them. 2 coal nodes. Nice. I picked up some plant fibers. I need to get rid of both of those. I did right here. Alright, so we're going to continue to go. Let me see which way. Let's look. Alright, just if I go northwest, northwest, here we go. Back up towards like the camp. I'll be able to uncover some more of the area. I see another node right there. And this looks like a nitrate node. Very good. Alright, continue to the northwest. Up, white rocks. Alright, northwest. Thought I saw another node. Just look around real good as you're walking. You know, walk slow. Take the time to look. You may actually find something that you want. Alright, that takes care of that bird's nest, which means I have plant fibers that I need to discard. Alright, northwest. Another bird's nest. As the game progresses, you'll find less and less use for certain items, plant fibers, that sort of thing. Alright, we've got a nice little family of white rock right here that we are going to take good care of. Time is 5:14 in game. I saw something walk across there. It's a pig. And that's also good. I mean, pigs, chickens, deer, bear, all good sources of raw meat. Let's keep going northwest. How far away are we, and see how we're doing on the map? Doing good. Let's just keep rolling this direction. There goes another pig. I don't have the room right now. What's in here? Oh, I've got a lot of paper at home. We'll just leave that set until next time around. There's some more white stone. Alright. Another chunk of white stone right here. And a bird's nest behind it. Keep going back up to the northwest towards the house. Look around, see if we see any nodes, any bird's nests. Could definitely use some more nitrate nodes. But I'm not seeing any. Getting on towards 6:30. There's another bird's nest. We could take that. Give me. Alright, that's done. Okay, those are just little trees. I thought I'd found another whitestone deposit. There's another one back down there beside the road. It's my clay pit. Alright, well we can like just run around this and get back up here to the bike. Oh shit. Really? Alright, let's see what I can drop off on the bike and see how much room I can clear out. Alright, I can drop off the stone. I can drop off the iron, the nitrate. Okay, 1200. It's not going to set. It's not going to let me put any more in there. We can drop off the pills. Is there anything else I can drop off? I'm looking to see if there is. I don't think there is. I might have just enough room for this box. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. Okay, a lot of that stacked, which is very cool. That's a bonus. So I'm still left with a little bit of open space. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I mean, we could ride home. How much stone do we have? I think we've got... Come on. We've got 3,600 stone. That's not bad. I mean, I would like more. Here. Why not? Let's just beat the snot out of this one. So you don't get as much stone and resources from this like you would your other stuff. Always best with these, work from the top down. That way you don't have any that goes to waste. One of these days I'll find a very big one and like sculpt it into a giant dick or something weird. Just for the lulz. All the female zombies will come worship it. Well, I'm destroying my pickaxe. See? I lost a piece there. Oh, look at the sand blowing off the desert up there. That is so cool. I just noticed that. Uh-oh, it's getting froggy. Okay, that hit my toe. $20.43. We might be finished with this before we have to head into the house. But tomorrow we're probably just going to end up driving back home. Because our pickaxe has just about had it. Okay, that was the end of that big rock. And we ended up with a little bit of dirt. We got 1,364 more rock. Alright, let's go drop this off on the scoop. Okay, so we got almost 5,000. We didn't do too bad. We didn't do too bad. How do we do map-wise? So we've just got like one little small area right here to uncover. But down here somewhere, when I was on my way back up, I spied, see there's some more white rock right there. There's more there. There's more big piles of it down here by the road on the way out. Alright, well, it's all good. Might as well hit these. That's a little bit of stone right there. Easy. Easy stone. I ain't gonna pick up stone. Alright. I'm still trying to figure out alright. Let's get back here. Hop up here on the table. Get squatted down. And just wait the night out. And tomorrow morning we'll head back home. I'll probably bring the stream to a close at that point, because I have to put up another stream this afternoon for Diablo 4 Season 8. Another mouthful of lob. This stuff is heavenly. Oh, that stuff's so good. Normally what I would do is put it on jasmine rice. And oh, it's such a filling meal, but there's so many carbs in the jasmine rice. It sends my sugar skyrocketing, and I'm doing my best to try to keep my sugar down, so. In fact, why don't we do that right now? I'm going to do that with you guys. let's check and see what our sugar is. Alright, so I'm going to need a lancet. And I picked up this great little thing on Amazon to do this. It's a great little machine. It doesn't require like a ton of blood. And the little job that, you know, actually pops a hole in your finger so you can bleed a little bit. It's not painful at all. There's some of them that are just like pow, ah! But this one's not. This one's not like that. All right. So let me get my little finger sticker armed. And it arms itself once you push the lancet down into it. And the lancet's just tiny, tiny. All right. So let's screw the top back on. There we go. So that's cocked and ready to go. Now I need to get a little test strip out here. And this requires just quite literally the slightest amount of blood. Okay, so it's plugged in and ready to go. And we're going to hit the ring finger on my left hand. Okay. Come on, bleed just a little. There we go. That's all we need, just a little dot of blood. Alright, let's see. There we go. Very good. Sugar's down. I mean, your sugar should remain, your blood sugar should be 100 or below. Mine's 145, so I am not going to complain. That is actually very good considering. So I have managed to keep the blood sugar down today, which is a positive thing. I can usually tell when my blood sugar's coming up is because I'll tilt my head a certain way and I'll begin to get a little dizzy. I'll get a headache. My mouth will be real dry. I mean, there's like little symptoms that if you just pay attention to your body's going to let you know. Alright, so put everything back away. I wish the box of lancets would fit in here, but I have 2 bottles of the test strips. Bought an extra bottle. Alright, so I'm happy to see that my blood sugar is lower. I've been doing my best to try to keep that down. Alright, so tomorrow back to the house. And we're like 2 days ahead of an incoming at day 166. 2 days ahead of the next 7th day horde. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to do with the spike traps. I mean, I could do spike traps all the way around the house. And really fortify it. But, I mean, I don't see the need. Everything's pretty quiet, just 30 minutes after midnight in game time. Okay, how is my health 190 out of 193? Can I eat something? There we go. That'll work. 1 piece of cornbread was enough to heal me and get me up to 194. Nice and quiet, heading towards 1 o'clock. There's other towns on the map that I really need to try to get back to. So the green town is here. This was like the first one that I discovered. But this one up here, I really need to spend some time in. I really need to spend some time because all I really did up here was just uncover the slightest part of one city block. This area. I stayed up here one night. I stayed up here the next night. There's stuff over here that I could go investigate. And these buildings are all, torn down, ramshackled, so it's a good idea to carry, wooden frames with you. That way you can build up to a spot where you can parkour across. And I mean, you're safe, relatively safe. The only thing you really have to worry about is the friggin' spider monkeys. But I mean, if they get close enough, you just bash them in the head with the club and they're done. Yeah, we're almost a kilometer from the house. 804 meters, 807 meters. So we're almost a click away from home. But there's other places here that I really need to try to look at. I mean, I took this road. That was kind of like the long way around. There's another road that goes up off here. I'd like to be able to find another trader, but nothing yet. Another area here. This road goes to the north. That I need to look at that. I should look at that. Same thing here. Another road goes off to the north. It may quite literally just kind of dead end. Here's another road coming off. And that goes back into a snowy area. There's another road. There's a Y in the road right there. But I mean, the bad thing about it is that you really need the time right after a seventh day. If you're going to do that, if you're going to go do that kind of ranging, you need to be someplace where you can be safe and secure and deal with a seventh day horde away from your house. And some of the POIs, I mean, as long as it's, just the regular stuff, it's not an issue. But this deep in the game, 166 days, trust me when I tell you, the hordes get worse. They really do. Spider monkeys start showing up. I mean, dogs. The ferals are the worst. If you don't want to see one of those guys during the day. And remember that big city that I showed you where I said I just uncovered the slightest area? Ferals live up there. And ferals run all the time. They're like the worst. Lumberjacks live out in the snow. They're tough customers. You can smack them in the head with a club and they just kind of shrug it off and keep coming. So I usually wait till they get up real close and just blast them with the blunderbuss. Usually one shot will take them down. Sometimes if it doesn't, you have to back up, give yourself time to reload, and then wait till they get close and blast them again. 2:48, 2:47 a.m. in the morning. Oh, let me get up. I'm going to make another bathroom run right quick. Guys, forgive me, but this is something that has to be done. Yeah, one of those things about getting old. And trust me, getting old is not for the weak of heart. I mean, I remember the first time that I heard the saying "youth is wasted on the young," and didn't really compute. It didn't make sense. And here I am turning 60. I have a friend who lives in Pennsylvania, in Philly. He's getting ready to turn 70. I really need to get up there and see him. I need to go get a real ID and then find out how much it would cost me to fly out of the airport close to my house. I need to maybe brew up a surprise for him with his wife, because she says he speaks the world of me. Mike and I traveled together for more than just a few years and became very good friends. And I'm going to have to get out and get the lawn mowed probably tomorrow. I'll hit it tomorrow on Memorial Day, get it done, get it out of my hair so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, me. I could use a refill on my iced tea while I'm waiting. So forgive the noise, you're going to hear the ice maker. There we go. That's good. I know you guys are thinking, oh, you're drinking sweet tea, Storm. It's sweetened with stevia, so I don't have to deal with the sugar. I've often wondered, I mean, all of the vapes that I do are, needless to say, flavored and they're sweet on the tongue. I wonder if that is actually bringing up my sugar. And if it is, it's not a good thing. All right. Let me set my ass down here. All right, 4:15 in the morning, in-game time. Just waiting for the night to pass. Haven't heard any roving hordes. Usually when they come by, it's a nice sized group, at least this deep into the game, and you can hear them running. And then there's always the stragglers, the crawlies. There'll be a couple of crawlies behind them. Oh, that tea is the good stuff. That offer still stands, guys. If you want to learn how to make good iced tea, leave me a comment. It's not just stick tea bags in some water. There's more to it. If you want to learn how to make good iced tea and you like a good sweet tea, leave me a comment and I will answer you back and I will give you my recipe for good iced tea. And I think that we will agree after you try it that it was worth the comment left. Sounds like it's raining outside. 4:52 in the morning. Temperature's down to 43. I think what I'm going to do is put on the leather duster and go on ahead and get warm. And that way I won't get terribly wet, but I'll have to remember to take it off when I get home. Yeah, there it went. Temp should be on the climb. Right here, feels like. So it is climbing. Very, very good. Died 2 times in games so far. One time, I got a little bit overzealous up on my roof and fell off and ended up getting gangbanged by a bunch of zombies. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait till daylight to go back down. So I'll wait till daylight, go back down to collect my stuff. Then a bear appears and a bear killed me. I'm like, ah, you got to be kidding me. 2 times in a row. 5:32 in the morning. We're getting close to that morning time. Remember, guys, I'm going to be putting up, I'm probably going to give it a 30, 45 minutes, and then I'm going to put up a Diablo 4 Season 8 of Vessel of Hatred stream. We are busy with the Necromancer. So far, the last 3 seasons that I've played, well, season 6, I think Spiritborn was probably one of the best that you could play. Season 7 was all about the Bloodwave Necro. And I had a great one. Alright, let's stand up. Get down here. Alright. The road is over here somewhere. Even if I don't get on it, I'll be fine. I just head down this way and I'll hit the road. Oh, there it is. Very, very good. And here's the road. Alright, let's head home. If I can get a direct view from the back. I find that it's really easier to drive the bike when I have the straight line view and I can see his back. That way I can judge my turns and my steering a little bit better. Sun's just coming up. Pretty morning. Nice and quiet. And we're coming back with a good bit of goods. A lot of the things that we said that we needed. Somebody left some garbage out in the middle of the road. Them damn baby zombies. They get out here on the road and they play and they leave bricks and tires and rocks and all kinds of crap. Little turds. Okay, back into the desert biome. Which means that we're in our home territory. And the weather's clearing up. A couple of dips there in the road where I disassembled vehicles. And I think we are pulling up to town right now. Yep. Right around the corner over there. Yep, there's the first house. That's it. Nursey, nursey. Nursey, nursey, nursey. Sorry, babe. Another little spot where I pulled a car up. Oh, is that one I hit right there? I think. Maybe. Yeah, that's the one I hit. Okay, that was fun. Like the crunchy noises. And here we go, back to working my bone. Alright. Spin around the corner. Alright, let's get over here and get the door open. Oh, hold up. Okay, that's what I saw. Alright, very good. Let's get on the bike and get indoors, get the doors shut, and we can we'll be able to unload and get settled in. Alright, let's get the door shut. Alright, and we'll get the bike turned around. Just barely missed the sign. Gotta move slow in here. It just doesn't work otherwise. Alright, very good. Alright, so we do have a pack full anyways. So let's go drop all of this off right quick. Alright, so the first place, there we go. We can drop that off. We can sell him the flashlight. What is this? An SMG stock. We're going to keep that. The beaker can go. We're going to sell him. Hang on, let me go down here and look and see how many vitamins do I actually have. 21. I'll kind of keep collecting those until I get at least a couple of stacks of 50. And I can take about half of these antibiotics and sell those to him as well. So let's get over here. Let's see. We're going to sell him the pills. I don't need the glue, so we can sell him some glue, antibiotics, and all the rest of this stuff is mine. Alright, so down to the food chest. 10 eggs, the 3 empty glass jars. Very good. I don't think we've got anything for the construction box. Let's drop off the SMG receiver, the rounds, and the pistol. And it looks like I've got a lot of pistol work to do. Wow. A lot of pistol work to do. I thought I had combined all of those. I guess that was from the last 7th day that I collected all of those. Alright, and the stock. This has got to go. And then the feathers have got to go. Perfect. Alright, and then up here we're going to drop off the animal hides. And while I'm thinking about it, let's take the... Yeah, I know. We'll get that off so that we can cool off. Alright, and then the rest of this stuff can go in here. And I'm going to take about 3,000 of these stone. Yep. And we're going to drop it in here. And we'll get this thing turned on and let it start cooking. And we can wait to salvage or melt down these items. Okay. Let's drop this back in here. While I am thinking about it, I need to go over here and get 2 of these combined. Oh, and there's my 2 hammers. Cool. Alright, so this and this. There's a 481. I will take that all day long. And while I'm thinking about it as well, let's grab this hammer. And we're going to combine this and this to give me a 359. And we'll take the 2 hammers and drop them off here in the repairs box. And we're going to get a quick shuffle. There we go. Everything's happy. Good. Alright. Back downstairs. We've got to unload the bike. And we have to refuel it too. Alright, let's interact with the mini bike and start grabbing all of this stuff off of it. And we're at 76% on fuel. So we're going to get in the benzolatum box of Go-Go Juiciness. And we're going to grab a little bit of gasoline. And then we're going to get over here, get back into the trunk, and we'll just do a quick refuel. Always carry about 1,000 units of fuel on the machine. Okay, I think that's empty. Good to go. Let's get up here, and we'll begin to drop off other stuff. Okay, let's see. That's a Bob. That's a Bob. That's a Bob. That's a Bob. Bob pills, schematic, and I think the rest of it is going to be ours. I don't see anything that I need to drop off. Yes, I do. I see the raw meat. Very good. Let's get over here to the big box. Let's drop off the coal and the gunpowder. I'm doing good on gunpowder. I like 2,704 gunpowder, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. Let's drop off the SMG receiver, the 2 sniper rifle barrels. Yeah, I've definitely got some gunsmithing that I need to get done. All right. And then we need to get over here. We're going to drop off this stuff right here and give myself a quick sort. There we go. And then I'm going to come out here and I'm going to drop off these stones. Alright, so we're back up to 6 grand, total of 12 grand in stones, which is good. Alright, so not doing too bad. What time is it? It's 11:34. We could make a bob run, so let's do that right quick. Let's see how much of this we can take. Alright, and we're going to fill up the bike. Alright. As much of this as we can drop off. I'll keep this on me. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go back upstairs and we'll get the rest of it. Hopefully we'll have the room. Ow. Up. There we go. Get over here. Get into the sales box. Everything except for one item, which is fine. We can wait until the next time to drop that off. Alright, let me go open the door right quick. Alright, we're on our way to Bob's. Is my girl still laying in the street? Ah, no, she turned into a gooey sticky. I bet the nurse is still up there, though. Alright, we'll make a left. And we worked the other day to clean this road up. So let's see if baby kids have left a bunch of stuff out here. Yeah, look at that. They got rocks in the road. Got paper and stuff. At least there's no more garbage. There were like big garbage bags and cinder blocks, all that kind of stuff. Alright, up the hill. Over the hill. And Bob should be starting to spawn in right about nowish. There it is. Alright, we're gonna drive through the weeds here. I didn't turn the damn light off. Alright, let's go sell Bob some stuff. See if he's got some stuff that we can buy. I'd like if it'd be nice if he had me some hops. Or some hops seeds. Alright, Bob, don't be weird this time. Don't stare at my crotch. Hey, Bob.
Now what can I get you today?
Well, I mean, it all depends, Bob. Alright. Let's get all this stuff sold to him. He likes the food. He likes the plans. See, like he doesn't want any more first aid kits, Wiener.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Ah, don't worry, Bob. I've got another load to bring you, dude. Alright, let's get back over here and get the rest of the stuff off the bike. There we are. Open the trunk and start unloading again. He's going to love the pills. Bob's a pill head. He really is. I think it's because he doesn't know how to handle being a apocalypse survivor. I think he takes the pills to medicate his loneliness. That's why I think he stares at people's crotches when you go in to sell him stuff, and then looks away like he's not. Oh, I didn't look at your crotch. Hey, Bob.
You need assistance?
Well, need to sell you a bunch of stuff. He actually bought the wheels. Which I'm kind of surprised at. Alright, so let's see what Bob has got. Do you have any black shorts there, Bob? I need some black shorts. No, he does not have any black shorts. Do you have any military fiber? Not there. Okay. What about weaponry? What have you got under weapons? I'll take all the gunpowder for damn sure. There we go. What have you got? Well, food, cooking, first aid I don't need. Books I don't need. Resources, what have you got? I will take all of your nitrate powder. Let's get all of that bought up. I don't need forged iron or any of that other stuff because I can make that myself. Glue. No, I'm good. Alright, what about tools and traps? I'm good. Chemicals. Oil, glue, and 3 beakers. Decor. Nothing but flashlights. Now, secret stash. What have you got in your secret stash? Ooh, nothing that I can see that I need. You know, somebody must have come cleaned him out on ammo. Oh, not really. We're going to buy all of these. We'll buy all of these as well. And we should be...
Great doing business with you.
You
Go
too,
back
Bob.
and tell your friends.
What friends? What friends, Bob? You're my only friend. Everybody else has been turned into a frickin' zombie. Like blowjob girl here who's hungry for some more. Let me just pop her once in the crotch, make her feel good. It is mighty dark under there. Dude, why are you interrupting me? I was looking at something. Oh, 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 that's, oh, that's bad. That's really bad. That. Okay, what did you bring? A sandwich. You can just lay out here and keep that sandwich. What about you? Pills for Bob. And where'd the other dude? He just disappeared. The other body just frickin' disappeared. Oh, well. Alright, it's time to get back home anyway. Alrighty, guys. We have had a great day. We got our construction project finished. Took a little bit of extra effort, but, you know, at least we discovered that the zombies can beat on the door from the side, so we took care of that, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh. So we got that taken care of. Boom. Alright. Just make our way back to the hizzy. Slowly but steadily. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the fact in the new game that you can build a Jeep, that you can build a bigger motorcycle. I mean, those were good additions. I think they were. They added new zombies, and that's cool. I can cope with that as well. But the demons, why did you guys add demons? There's nothing demonic about a nuclear apocalypse. I'll just run over her remains. I didn't even go squish squish. I'm disappointed. Alright, back here to working my bone. Alright, let's make sure we get on this thing straight. We don't want to drop the bike down into that pit. Alright, so now we gotta go slow here. Turn off the light, no need for that. think we've got everything off the bike. Come on, look in the trunk. Yeah, all we got. And then we just use a little bit of fuel. I'll fuel it up the next time I go for a ride. Okay, we've got a few things we need to put away. One, we need to put away our tokens. Alright, and the pills. And let's get a quick sort. Interesting. The plan wants to stay up there in the very beginning. Let's try it again. Sort goes back. Wow, it goes back. Okay, cool, cool. Not a problem. We can drop off the gunpowder, the nitrate powder, the additional. Oh, wow. And then we got 2 stacks of 500. And yes, indeed. All right. And this needs a shuffle. Very cool. All right. So we've got it going on. Yes, indeed. Now, it's saying that there's a drop over there. How far out is it? I don't see it. It must be way over here somewhere. Either that or he dropped it off in the irradiated area. I've still got some white stone up here. I didn't realize that. Okay. Cool, cool. Alrighty, folks. Well, let me shut the forge off and shut my front door. And we'll get tucked in until the next time I see y'all, which will be on Tuesday. We may do a stream. We may do a Memorial Day stream of both 7 Days to Die and Diablo 4. But we'll have to wait and see. So before we go, let's shut this thing off because I don't like leaving it burning. There we go. And we'll get over here and get a good stretch. Alright, we gotta get down here. Okay. So guys, thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. I have enjoyed each and every one of you. I've enjoyed your company. I've enjoyed the time that you've spent with me. Thank you so very much. To all of my subscribers, a special thank you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. To my subscribers, please, please, please share the content. I mean, I'm sure you've got friends that think like you and I do. So show them the content. Say, hey, go check this guy out. We may end up catching another subscriber together. So please, 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 if you could, I would greatly appreciate that support. If you've seen something you liked, if I made you smile, if you learned something, if you saw something new about OG 7 Days to Die version 1.18 that you haven't seen before, hey, drop me a subscribe. Any questions or comments that you have, just drop them in the comment section of the video. I'll be happy to answer you and give you advice or give you an answer or make a comment in reference to what you've said. I'll be happy to do that. I'm getting a lot more followers on PS4. All of my PS4 followers, hey guys, do me a favor, please stop by YouTube. It doesn't take a second. Search for my name that you see on PS4, NGRU_Storm. It's the same thing. Go to the channel, give me a subscribe. It would really, really help me out. Remember to hit the like button. The like button helps me beat the ongoing battle that I have with the YouTube algorithm. They have this thing about putting stuff up that's fluffy and nice before they put up anything that's really of any substance or humorous. So give me a like, help me beat that YouTube algorithm. And the notification bell, of course, will make a big difference for you as well. You'll get a ding when I go live, as I only do live videos, because I want you to see the entire game, not just the fun stuff, but also the good, the bad, the boring. I want you to see it all to get a real feel for the game and what the game is about. If you don't have time to watch it right then, at least you receive the notification. You can come back and you can watch it at a later point in time. Guys, Love one another and respect one another, please. Please, 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 I'm begging you. The world's a crazy place right now. There's too many people that are so bitter at one another. It is okay to agree to disagree. Like I've said more than just a few times, I have friends that I don't see eye to eye with on topics, whether it's religion or politics or just, how you should do this or how you should do that. We don't necessarily see eye to eye. But a friend is someone that you know really well and you like them anyway. So remember, agreeing to disagree is a good thing. Trust me, it is. It makes life so much simpler. It makes you much less bitter. Just, okay, so you think something else. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean you're right. It just means we have different viewpoints. And that's okay too. When you go out in public, guys, take care of one another. Keep your heads on a swivel because we don't live in the same world that I lived in growing up. World I lived in, if you had a problem with somebody during school, you took them out on the playground, you had a fight, whoever ended up on the ground was helped up by the guy who was left standing. Hey, are we good? We're good. Let it go. Walk away. It was done. Now people are just pulling out guns and blasting each other. Keep your heads on a swivel. And remember, the last thing I always say, if you get it on you, get it all over you. Much love, folks. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. NGRU Storm signing out. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Later.